footsteps, floorboard creak in place. Guitar weeping, breathing fills the space. Teardrop falling, blending with the rain. Wipe it, nothing's happening. I feel like silence in the city, silence in a song, silence in the city, silence in a song. Whoa, 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 whoa. Heavy conversations always last. Look into your friends' eyes, make them laugh. Go look stupid, least you'll grin this time. Fight it, don't fight it, we will be just fine. I feel like silence in the city, silence in a song, silence in the city, silence in a song. Whoa, 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 silence in the city, silence in a song, silence in the city, silence in a song.
Thanks for being here with us this morning, Sammy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Tell us a little bit about your beginnings in music. I mean, I remember the first time I ever saw you was downtown Ogden, just out on the sidewalk. Can you kind of just give us a little bit of a snippet or preview into kind of how you got started?
I mean, that's pretty much it right there. I found myself as a singer-songwriter and a kid who just plays acoustic guitar. I've always wanted a band and whatnot, but I've really recently found a new love for just like the kid in a guitar thing. And it really did start on 25th Street and Main Street in Park City. Those were like my two places that my dad was willing to drive me to. And yeah, man, it just like the courtesy of people throwing in a couple bucks. I remember seeing just like $20 being thrown in and just being like, people like it, man, and I think it kind of gets to that way on a bigger level the bigger you get, because I still have people who are willing to buy new T-shirts and new music from me at merch tables, and I feel like it's no different. I'm just busking on a stage more like these days.
Right. Wow. How old were you when you started playing music?
I was 10 when I told my dad I wanted an acoustic guitar, because he got me an electric guitar, and I never dug it, and I never got into it. But the more I got into the different kind of music that I grew up listening to, and just like seeing a lot of the more mainstream pop stuff becoming acoustic too, and like I thought that really piqued my interest, so I got one, and I just have not stopped since then.
Nice. Do you remember the first song that you ever learned to play on the guitar?
The first song I ever learned, it was Bob Dylan's "Knocking on Heaven's Door," just because it literally is 3 chords. And I searched it up because everybody told me to learn it. And it was that one, and then "Wagon Wheel" by Old Crow Medicine Show. Classics, you know what I mean? And I feel like you're not allowed to play those at open mic nights anymore because they are so overdone. But they are good songs to learn when you're starting off.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. Kind of in that same vein of other music. Who have you been listening to lately?
Lately? That's a good question. Nirvana. Nirvana is also one of those bands that I grew up listening to, and I've just not, like, the past couple of years, it's just been, like, constant, you know, because they got, of course, like, the Smells Like Teen Spirit and, like, the crazy songs, Negative Creep, but then they got, like, Dumb. You know, Dumb is one of my favorite songs of all time, and that's just, I feel like I wish I could have seen that side of Nirvana, because I feel like Kurt Cobain would have gone that type of route where it's more stuff with him and a guitar, like just singing about his emotions and not screaming about it so much, which I love both. But like Nirvana, and then Shaky Graves is another one because he does a lot of acoustic stuff. Yeah, it's a mix of a lot of punk rock and then really just mellow music.
It's good to have a mix.
For real, Bad Brains is up there. Like, I can't stop listening to them. And then the Avett Brothers, of course. Their album Emotionalism just gets me in my feels.
Dude, I love the Avett Brothers.
So good.
So good.
The best.
All right. Next question is, what advice could you or would you offer to other musicians or even just artists in general who, you know, are maybe just like starting down this path of, you know, like committing to a creative process or like following a dream, whatever you want to call it? Like, based on your experience thus far, what advice could you offer to anybody interested in doing that?
Obviously I can always give like the optimistic, like, you know, never give up, but it really is like that never give up kind of mentality, and just knowing that, you know, in order to do it these days, you're going to need money, a capital, and it's a business, and you got to treat it like a job and wake up and work out the things that need to be worked out and plan the next step and all that. Like, that was kind of the hardest thing for me to realize, is that it's not just, oh, I'm going to write these cool songs and I'm going to go out and everybody's going to love them. It's like, you could write the greatest song in the world, but if nobody hears it, nobody's going to hear it, you know? And I think it really is just get out there, you know what I mean? Just find the people who like the stuff you're doing.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I believe you got another song keyed up for us.
Oh, yeah. I got plenty where that comes from. This is also a new song, like that last one. I'm recording a new EP this month over, hopefully, down here on 25th Street somewhere, just a little off. It's called Alone Together. Most of my friends have left me, but I ain't looking for new ones. No, it's a solo journey. I'm stoned off the sidewalk, son. Ignoring all the ones who call me freak. So many crooked stairs right in front of me. The payoff will come, just walk the way, the hard way. far away. Whoa, we're alone together. Whoa, we're alone together. Whoa. On my way to next week, first a blink and then a flash. I'm just a little older, but I'm still living in the past. I shouldn't visualize what could have been. Good or bad, it carved me to the shape I'm in. The payoff will come, just walk the way, the hard way, far away. Whoa, we're alone together. Whoa, we're alone together. Whoa. If I'm living too fast, will you slow me? If I'm slowing down the pack, will you pull me up? If I give myself a task, will you love me and send me on my way? Just send me on my way. Whoa, we're alone together. Whoa, we're alone together. Whoa.
Beautiful. Wow, thank you for being here and playing this music.
Yeah,
such a nice way to start the day. Like, something to be said for a good cup of coffee, but good tunes too, you know, like, sign me up. So you obviously spend a lot of time playing music, but there's a lot more hours in the day as well. What other sort of things do you like to do? How else do you like to spend your time when you're not playing music?
That's a good question. I usually find myself kicking it with my younger sisters a lot lately, and just like, you know, having these weird conversations with my family. Like, that's one of my favorite things, because it really does always end up turn into music somehow. Like, me and my sisters and my parents have written several songs together just because it was like started off as a joke, but like now it's like, these are pretty good songs, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, and then I've been working on a little project of mine with my friend Max, and it's called Hug Someone Today, and we're starting a little clothing line, and we're just trying to get this message, Hug Someone Today, out into the world through, you know, stickers and posters, banners, and now clothing. And so that's been taking up a lot of time of just like coming up with new ideas and getting the clothes all ready for the next shipment.
Yeah, I've seen those stickers around. Like,
yeah,
like I've seen like stickers or signs, like, I don't know, on like a random bridge or something, or
no,
like on the side of a building, and I'm just like, I've always wondered who was behind that. So you're the guy behind that.
Yeah, and it's like
friends.
way over the top, and I love it. Like, because it's just like, we just want to get bigger, and the reason we're selling clothes is to get bigger banners for, like, you're going down to Salt Lake, and all of a sudden you see a fucking, just hug someone today. Like, that's what we want. So that's another little hobby of mine. And then, yeah, dude, just kicking it. I love coming down here to 25th Street. Lucky Slice is always a place that I bring people when I'm just like, hey, you want to go get food? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, Ogden's a good place to be able to chill and not just.
And you've been in Ogden for a while. Weren't from Ogden originally? Where were you born? Where did you grow up? Tell us that story.
So I moved here when I was 10, and from Oregon. And it was kind of a culture shift for sure. Like, me and my friends in Oregon were doing way crazier stuff than when I came here in elementary school. I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't even say bad things around these kids, you know what I mean? Like, and so I just kind of felt like a little, like a loner. So that's why, like, of course, I feel like I naturally shifted to music, because a lot of loners and outcasts do tend to go towards the art scene a little more.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Um, Speaking about like inspiration, right? I think that's inspiration is something hard to define. It's hard to maybe know where it comes from, but maybe you know, like, what sort of things inspire you? Is there anything that you like specifically seek out to gain inspiration, or do you feel like it just kind of happens naturally?
I feel like, of course, every time you go and seek out inspiration, you're gonna find it if you're in the right headspace about it. You know, I'm a very optimistic person, which is almost like toxic trait of mine, you know, where I'm just like, no, they're cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just love people so much. And, but if you go out and find it, you're gonna find it, and that's what I love about it. But I love when it just randomly happens, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, yesterday was my father's my grandmother's birthday, and she passed away when he was very young, and so it's a very, you know, close day to him. And I didn't even know it was her birthday, and I just woke up and started playing guitar, and he was like, you know, you should write a song about like loss and all this. And I was like, I've never been through loss, man. Like, I still have you, I still have mom. I never met my grandparents, and so I was like, why don't you write it, you know? And so we sat down and wrote this song, dude. And like, my mom came downstairs, and I'm playing the finished version of this song, and I look around and we're all crying, you know what I mean? And like, I was just like, that's like the creation of a song, you know, where it just found me, you know, and I'm lucky enough to be able to play it now.
Yeah. Wow. That's so special. You've probably heard, you know, like of the concept of like a spirit animal, right?
Yeah.
People have spirit animals. Twisting that a little bit, if you had to say that you had a spirit pizza, what would your spirit pizza be?
The Margie.
A Margie. Good
A
one.
Margie, dude.
Yeah, good choice.
That's the one I get every time.
It's the best, honestly. Great. Okay, so I guess just to wrap this up, you said you're working on an EP. Tell us a little bit about your future plans and where people can find your music.
I'm touring in April, you know, going on an opening tour around the West Coast, and then kind of down to Texas and whatnot. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to make those, but make them.
Yeah, do it. Just do it.
And then, yeah, I'm recording a little solo acoustic EP here in Ogden, hopefully this month or early next month. I'm not on a label, and so everything's out of my pocket, so it's all over the place right now, but that's all right. We get through. And yeah, I'll probably be playing a show near you at some point.
Perfect.
Come catch it.
Take it away.
Tell me all the things in life you want. I'll tell you all the things I'll ever need. Like a wide open meadow and a handful of seeds. But what I mean is hard for you to see. 'Cause I just weird you out when all I want is to show you all the colors on my mind. Do I freak you out? 'Cause I'm just a painter. I'm scared to wait a lifetime to be held by you. It just seems so cruel to be screaming out 'cause I don't know what to do. I'm in a scene with you. I'll paint it blue. Tell me about the thrills you've had over time. Then tell me about the ways that made you cry. The whisper, which one made you feel so scarily alive? It seems you really cared a lot. 'Cause I just weird you out when all I want is to show you all the colors on my mind. Do I freak you out? 'Cause I'm just a painter. I'm scared to wait a lifetime to be held by you. It just seems so cruel to be screaming out 'cause I don't know what to do. I'm in a scene with you. I'll paint it blue. To be held by you, it just seems so cruel to be screaming out 'cause I don't know what to do. And now I'm all fucked up, but so are you. I'm in a scene with you. I'll paint it blue. I guess I should have asked if I could say the F word before. I wasn't sure though.
Wow, that was great job.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh yeah. That's it. That's it. It's a wrap.
All right.